understand unity, and how do you make people understand that things that they don't notice or seemingly notice these things have huge effects on their lives. You know, when you speak about fast food workers in general, how do you make people understand that them living below poverty level, can't even afford the food that they serve in, affects you in a negative enough way where you have to do something about it. It's very difficult when things are convenient for people. You know, you have to sort of figure out a way to make people understand the connections and how they could be inconvenienced by the next man's pain. You know, I'm an optimist. I believe in the human spirit. You know, I'm a romantic. I think I said that a couple times already. But I also consider myself a realist in terms of what motivates human beings to do things. You know, when we trust each other, it's not. I don't think it's based on the inherent goodness of man. I do believe that we're inherently good. You know, I believe that everyone is just. I believe that I don't believe in a lot of religious constructs. I believe in God. I believe that we learn how to be evil and bad. I don't personally believe that people are born evil. That's my personal thing, right? But I think that that the reason we trust and help people out is not because we're good, but because we're rewarded by it. You know, and I think the job of an activist is to show people how to be self-sufficient based on helping the next man or the next woman. It's like how do you sort of crystallize karmic debt? How do you make karmic debt into real terms for people to see? You know, and it's tough. That's why people don't be activists. You know, but I think that's where the arts come in, because the arts help by making it flowery and poetic and everything. But then it's really the people in the front lines of these movements and these struggles. Just a quick sidebar. I got into all these arguments and debates, right? I got debates that Guitar Center workers hit me, saying Kweli, and they were spamming me, right? They were like, because there was a campaign, spam artists who you think would be down with the cause, right? And so I'm getting my Twitter feed and my Facebook feed is all the Guitar Center help us. And you know, I had every intention. I'm a working class artist. I truly am. And so I consider myself as someone who identifies with the working class. So I had every intention of supporting them, but I just didn't feel like they were making their argument that well. And so I was playing devil's advocate. I'm like, okay, well, tell me why I should support you. You just say, help Guitar Center, right? And you know, I was just playing devil's advocate, and they're like, well, you know, because, you know, workers and our conditions and this and that. And I'm like, you know, not to compare and contrast, but, you know, I feel like if you work at Guitar Center, it's not quite the same as working at, like, McDonald's, right? Thank you. This is just something I was putting out there, right? So I was like, you know, I was like, explain to me what it is, besides you're telling me you're being treated unfairly, but you're not giving me any proof or anything, right? You know, there's a lot of people in the world who be treated unfairly. And then somebody hit me like, okay, well, could people work at Guitar Center are artists? So as an artist, you support artists. I'm like, well, I know artists who don't have day jobs, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know artists who just are artists for a living. So maybe you should quit taking your boss's shit and just be an artist if that's what you say you want to do. Thank y'all for clapping. That got me in a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like, people thought I was anti-union and anti-worker and stuff, you know, and I'm just like, hey, you know. And people are like, well, that's just because you're successful. I'm like, no, you know, I started thinking y'all clap for Jean Grey. I thought about Jean Grey. People don't support Jean Grey like they're supposed to support Jean Grey. But Jean Grey don't have a day job. She's just Jean Grey, you know. And people don't buy the record. She does stand-up or does a TV show where she figures it out. She's an artist, and that's what she calls herself. If you're gonna be an artist, you should have to be an artist, you know. But I'm sidetracked a little bit. But somebody at some point sent me a YouTube clip of how much money Guitar Center makes, what they play. So just a YouTube clip that spelled out for me what it was. And at that point, then I was able to get behind it. Because I'm like, now you're explaining to me in a way that, in a multimedia way, a way that I can see, a way that I can easily retweet and click and, you know what I'm saying, like, what's the problem at Guitar Center? Now it's crystallized for me. But to just run up on me like, yo, you need to help us out, what's up? that was a bad way to do it, you know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of activists suffers from that, has that passion and energy, but don't think of necessarily the smartest ways to get to people who are living now in 2014.
All right, so we'll wind it down here. Question.